started talking, I told him, I said I might have to call you Uncle Rod, man, because you remind me of my, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the type of vibe you get. I hear that all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? People can connect with you, man. You sincere, you're real, you got the knowledge, you ain't, playing no games, man. Uncle Rod, I like that. You
You
know
know,
what I'm saying?
that's a common. I got a whole lot of nieces and nephews,
Okay.
right? And then they got friends,
Uh,
right? And their friends call me Uncle Rod.
Uncle
So
Rod, yeah, I can see that.
shit.
I see.
I got nephews and nieces that's from fucking 52 to damn 2 years old.
There you go. Uncle Rod, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's I also, like the analogy of Big Mama. You know what I'm saying? It's just because when you paint that picture, and I think about it all the time, man, because I was even before I always saw like the you know, this, the source of everything, as we in our language we call it Papa Ut. But the source of everything is just a big mom that just wants to take care of you, just sits back and just saying, so what you I brought you to this planet. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? What are and she'll nurture you and she'll whoop your ass, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. But
Mhm.
and I love that analogy, man.
And she gonna tell you to sit your ass down right now. You ain't got no business out there in them streets. And I don't want to hear no talk back. And y'all, you gonna be saying you don't know why you doing it because in your mind you cussing her out. I ain't gonna listen and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But when she tell you, you just say yes, ma'am,
That's it.
right? And you
Hmm.
be like, what the fuck just happened? Big Mama spoke.
My mother.
That's it. Don't nothing else need to happen.
I
Because
know
if you
that.
piss Big Mama off, she gonna call Big Papa. And he gonna put his foot in your ass.
That's it. You already
And, don't,
know.
and then if you think he too old to tussle with you, and you strong enough, he got one of them boys or two of them boys that's gonna put your new world in order.
That's it.
Ain't no
That's it.
disrespect at Big Mama house. Period. That's all it is to it.
That's it.
That's the law of the family,
That's it.
right?
The
So we
right
gotta all get back to Big Mama house.
Big Mama's house. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. I love listening to your lives, man. Because I was you. I think you were breaking something down, about Django, and even so, dealing with the slaves, Native Americans, all that stuff. It all starts making so much more sense. And I put it right in the movie. Samuel L. Jackson sitting there writing all the checks when old boy, what's his name, Leonardo DiCaprio, he out there masquerading like he's really the front, but Samuel L. got all the power behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's all making sense, man. I'm telling you, bro. Because when like I told you before we went on here, I was watching when I was reading the first time I got that book, Let's Set the Record Straight by Dr. York, right? I was reading,
That's a
back,
headbanger there, boy.
man, that'll crack your neck in half, man. But see, I was younger when I first got it, obviously, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there reading it, and I got the information stored in me. All that stuff he was talking about at the time, because I was wearing the red fez, back in and everything. All that information, I got it all. But see, it's a lot different when you start connecting the dots to other aspects of American history. You know what I'm saying? It all starts becoming more alive and more real and more tangible, to this reality we're dealing with
Right.
in
So
America.
it helped you make sense of the struggles we've been through
Hmm.
and why we even went through them. We didn't
Yeah,
know it. We didn't know in the 60s and the 50s and 20s that we were at war,
yeah, exactly.
right? But our ancestors knew that ones that got slaughtered
Hmm.
in the 1700s, 1600s,
Hmm.
and even the early 1800s,
Hmm.
right? You can see the power struggle,
Hmm.
but they telling you that it's something other than what you looking at,
Yeah.
right? They telling you that the Boston Tea Party was about excessive taxation.
Hmm.
Well, why we ain't having a Boston Tea Party?
Yeah.
We being excessively taxed,
Excessively taxed. Yeah.
right? So then the Boston Tea Party couldn't have been about taxes because we ain't having a Boston Tea Party right now.
Hmm.
So what was it about? There was the crash site.
Mm.
It was the incident that allowed them to declare that we crashed our land map into their ship,
Hmm.
right? So their ship was stuck on a sandbar,
Hmm.
and the ship got looted. So when they claim that's how they was able to come with the second constitution,
Yeah.
right? Because The second constitution comes in as a unified company of the Virginia Company and the Northwest Trading Company.
Mm-hmm.
They merged to become the interim government of the United States, right? Remember, Muhammad Karzai became the president of the interim government. I think it was in Iraq or Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember
Right?
that.
So America put him in power to run the government until the people elect a democratically elected government.
Mm-hmm.
It's only one problem with that. In the interim government doesn't have what you call open elections. This is why we have an electoral college.
Mm-hmm.
The open elections is just to give the people the illusion that they participating in the system.
Mm-hmm.
All the time, they already know before any votes is cast who the electorate's going to vote for because they have to tell them.
I have to tell them. Yeah.
Right? So that means they already know who's going to be the president before one ballot is cast
Mm-hmm.
because they know who all of the electors are voting for. But they're giving us the illusion that the popular vote secures the electoral vote.
Mm-hmm.
But the electoral vote has to be in all over a month before the popular election.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fraud.
It's a fraud. Yeah, it's fake. A state circus.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm happy you brought that up. This is a question. You right person. I know to answer this. All right. So you got Trump, right? Trump comes in office, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he starts dismantling all the stuff. We're getting out of the WHO. We're you know what I'm saying, we're doing we're getting all these different things. European Union. He's just coming in like, yo, we ain't doing none of this. What is the why? What was his mindset? Why did that go down?
It goes back to Ronald Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
He was a campaign manager on Ronald Reagan's campaign.
Mm-hmm.
He knew Reagan personally and he loved the shit out of him.
Mm.
Right? George Bush tried to have his son, John Hinckley, murder Reagan.
Mm.
Right? So when Trump discovered what was taking place, because in the political circles, they know that John Hinckley is George Bush's illegitimate child.
Mm.
But the regular people don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
And Donald Trump knew all of the people that knew Bush. So he was able to figure out on his own that Bush was behind the assassination of Ronald Reagan or the assassination attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So at that point, he decided that whatever he needed to do to stop the Illuminati, because George Herbert Walker Bush was the leader on this side of the ocean of the Illuminati in the Americas. This is why they was trying to come up with the NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement, and they was going to come up with the Amero currency, right, and bring us under one government. That was their goal under the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Right. So when Trump, he growing up in New York.
Yeah.
Mind you, in the early 90s, he was buying what you call properties called slum properties.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he had to have a meeting with the locals.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And he was like, look, I'm just trying to make my money. I ain't trying to be no slum lord.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is when we recruit Trump to do the work for us.
Mm.
It's only one fucking problem.
Mm.
He's too goddamn nice.
Yeah.
He got to learn how to play the bad guy.
Mm.
How we going to teach this motherfucker how to play the bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
Enter Vincent Kennedy McMahon and the WWF.
Woo! Go ahead, bro.
So he learned to be a wrestling heel.
I remember that.
The wrestling heel is the one who plays the bad guy. Right? Once he completed his training with Vincent Kennedy McMahon, then he becomes an apprentice. Oh, you thought the people on the show was the apprentice?
Oh my God.
You thought the people he was firing was the ones that was the apprentice? He was the apprentice the whole time, learning and honing his asshole skills.
Grooming.
Yep.
In front of all of us, grooming.
In front of your face, behind your back.
Grooming.
But all of the chiefs on the land know what's going on by watching moves. Right? Now, he's a good friend with JFK Jr. JFK Jr. was also a good friend with a rapper by the name of Tupac Amaru Shakur. And Quincy Jones is cute, but John Jr. is cute. Q is a Masonic letter flip. Right? Q is Q's juke joint. Blue Lodge knock. The juke joint is where you sing the blues.
Blues. Blue House.
Right? And this the Blue House in the Bayou. So this is telling me that it's coming directly from Big Mama. Because only Big Mama had a house in the swamp in the Bayou. Now, when you go into, you watch the old movies like Skeleton Key, you will see exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right?
I love that movie.
So this is all how we can read him by knowing the language of the land. We know that somebody from the land got him making these moves.
And that's why he's not there right now, correct?
Right, because actually he's going back and forth to Colorado as part of the continuity of government. Then the Seminole Wars, the capital was a place we know today as Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Right? So this is why he went back to Mar-a-Lago. Because in the Seminoles is the Seminole tribe. Right? And the word Seminole in this context means prime. Right? It's the prime tribe. So it's the tribe that's leading the resolution to the conflict of the invaders on the land versus the people from the land. Right? So we talking about Gullah Wars.
Yeah.
Right? And the Gullah Wars is called the Seminole Wars, but they call it the Seminole Wars because the Gullah gave the call out and tribes came from every part of the land to Florida to fight the Spanish Armada in Florida. And that's why we was continuously kicking their ass. Now, they reported to us, they call it Seminole Wars. When our elders talk about it, we call it the Gullah Wars. Right?
Yeah.
And you got Geechee tribes on the land from different parts of the land.
Yeah.
You got Gullah Geechee, you got Getty Geechee, right? You got Geechee Gullah, all these different tribes, but they all became one tribe to fight the Seminole War. In order to join the military of a tribe at war to give aid and assistance, you have to become an honorary member until the war is over. So this is why the Seminoles are the biggest tribe to date. Spinoff tribes being the Crow, the Blackfoot, the Cherokee, the Choctaw, all those are spinoffs from the Gullah tribes from the Seminole Wars. And those were names that was given to us to unravel mysteries. And wasn't the original names of the tribes.
Gotcha. Going back, another question dealing with, we were talking about the fourth and third dimension, you know, this planet itself, from what I've researched, it's moving to a higher dimension, it's vibrating a different dimension. And you have beings, not to go too deep into extraterrestrial thing, but you have beings that can't go along with this ascension, you know. But do we still have humans here because of, maybe lack of melanin mindset that won't come along with this ascension as well, that will be left behind? Is that a possibility that we might see as well?
A lot of the ones that took that thing, and a lot of them gonna be all right, but a lot of them not. We don't even know what they gave these people.
Yeah.
Right? Because all that shit was experimental. They did a whole experiment on the public, to the public, in their face, behind their back. and they fell for it. But this a wrap. We at the end game now.
End game, yeah. I completely see that. And the illusion is, that the almighty powerful people that, do all this, that they can snap their fingers, all this can happen. But once nature comes in, then, actually it's not even remotely close to an even playing field. We had to go to sleep. We got cycles. We got a moon cycle. We got a sun cycle. You know what I'm saying? But Big Mama, you know what I'm saying? Big Mama and Big Papa. Big Mama, once she says it's time to go, I mean, what can you do?
Just do what Big Mama say. Because when you don't listen, seriously, when you don't listen to Big Mama, the path that you end up walking be so difficult, you wish you'd had listened in the first place.
Exactly.
See, I'm hard-headed. So I had to learn the hard way every time.
Yeah.
But being who I am from it, I had to be the strongest to take the hardest route.
That's it.
Right? So then that's going to make me strong enough to take the next difficult path of trying to bring the tribes together.
Yeah.
Trying to tell y'all, wake up, man. This shit is going down in real time, man.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers gave us everything back. Fuck reparations.
Yeah.
We got something bigger.
Yeah.
We getting the planet back.
Exactly.
We can give ourselves reparations. Shit, we don't need them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Unlimitless resources on all levels. That's the part of the birthright. You know what I'm saying? This is everything because we created all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Elijah Muhammad said it best: "We the makers, the owners, the cream of the planet Earth, gods of the universe."
That's it.
Now the only thing we got to do is figure out what do gods do that people don't do.
Exactly.
And then we start doing God shit and stop doing people shit.
That's it.
And we start doing God shit, then we automatically generate the 5 highest principles known to man: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Right?
Yep.
And once we produce love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, then we don't have any problem with maintaining the balance. See, I learned something a long time ago. Everything is systems. Earth has an original system. The power on Earth is supposed to be in specific places for a purpose. Put the power where the power go, the machine run clean the way it's supposed to run. But when you put dirty power in the positions of power, you clog up the machine in key locations that causes the machine to eventually break down, which is the erosion of the morality of society that we're looking at.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Now, once the system flipped, then the women have remedies for all of the ills of the social structure of the people because they originated the social structure.
Yeah.
Right? So if they originated the social structure, you put them back in the places they're supposed to be according to their skill sets. And they will make this motherfucker run so peaceful, you will know that heaven is a place on earth. Right? When you change the hellish conditions, then you're going to have no other choice but by default to produce heaven.
Yeah.
Just take the shit out that don't work. Throw that shit away. Burn it up. Put it somewhere else, but don't leave it in the machine when it don't work right. Right? Anything that you can use for the advancement of the collective, you keep it.
Yeah. Anything
that causes a regression of the collective or the destruction of nature, Mother Earth, the sky, they got space junk. What the fuck is that shit?
Yeah.
Why are y'all leaving junk in space? It wasn't there when you went up there. Didn't your mama teach you to clean up after your motherfucking self? This is the difference in how we do things
and how they do it
versus how they do things. They don't believe in cleaning up they fuck ups. We believe in clean up after yourself. If we find or discover that we done something that caused the error, caused some kind of harm to take place, we're going to do whatever is in our ability to clean it up.
Naturally.
Right? We're going to exercise our due diligence to restore the balance to the situation. Right? And that's how we maintain a righteous demeanor. And then over lifetimes, that shit get written as a code on your heart, and it's going to come out automatically.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's how we do, man. That's how we are. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do, and that's how we are, man. That's so true,
Yeah.
bro. That's so true.
Let's take a couple more questions and wrap it up.
Yeah, I think let me see if I even got any more questions, brother. I think I don't see no y'all got any more in the chat? Because we're gonna end it out. Take your time now. Um Go ahead and put it in the chat if you got a question. But if ain't no more in there, you know what I'm saying? I'm good if you good, brother. You know what I'm saying? You done cracked my skull in half the night, so
Well, my only goal is to bring something that people can use to the advantage of the most.
That's it. That's it, man.
Right? So I don't care if people don't like what I'm saying. It ain't for them.
Yeah.
They can disagree with me. I acknowledge the right of anybody out there to disagree with me.
Mm-hmm.
I also acknowledge my own right to disagree with anybody else out there.
That's it.
Right? I acknowledge my right to disagree with them and be right, and they can disagree with me and be wrong, but that's up to them. They got that right.
That's it.
Right?
Well,
they got the right to talk about me behind my back.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a right to not give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So at the end of the day, we looking for something better.
Mm-hmm.
And we trying to restore the matriarchy, and it require us to call forth the three chiefs walking on the land. We summed up all of our grievances into one battle cry: free Larry Hoover. Not because we think that criminals are something special, but Larry wasn't no criminal.
Yeah.
Right? They attached the title of criminal from him in order to steal that man's life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because they knew that he was an organic chief from the land, on the land, taking charge of his community while he walked the streets. So they had to get rid of him as a COINTELPRO mission.
Mm-hmm.
The same with Angel Bay. The same with Big Took.
Mm-hmm.
See, if they catch you before you learn better and begin to do better, they can make you look bad as they want you to look.
Mm-hmm.
But when you know better, you do better. And when you do better, you tell the people what you learn so they can learn from it too. So this is why we share the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's why we don't charge, but if we accept the donation if they're willing to give, that's on them. That don't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to reject offerings because it blocks people's blessings.
Yeah.
It closes the channels of reciprocity, which also restricts personal growth in self and in the other person.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
So the goal is to always be in a perpetual state of gratitude so we can stop being sour, bitter, and miserable all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And in this perpetual state of gratitude, you're going to create the circumstances and conditions that's going to help you to move into the future as a God body, a God manifest form, walking in the light of love, and it's going to shine through you, and the rest of the world going to see it. It's just a matter of time. This shit is a wrap.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm going to say free Larry Hoover, and I'm going to let you close us out.
All right. You quick question. So, a last one came in. I don't know if you want to take it or not. You got a last question just popped in. You want to take it or no?
Ask.
All right. It says I don't know where they're coming from with this, but can you elaborate on the ships that will be returning?
They're returning. And there's really nothing to elaborate about them. We know what's going on. Ain't no sense to keep rehatching the same shit over and over.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? We see what's going on in front of our face.
Yeah.
Now we can turn a blind eye to it. That's also our option. We got a right to do that. But you're gonna see what you're gonna see when the time comes.
When time comes, yep.
You know.
All right. Well, shoot, that's all I got. Like I said, please follow the brother, and his Cash App is still up here. You know what I'm saying? Please do the donations, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Follow Polka Dot Rabbit Podcast all over the social media, and if you go to my website, you can see the Polka Dot Rabbit Podcast and my book, Bicultural: Living and Leaving the World of Illusions. My journey as far as getting where I am today. You know what I'm saying? Being in the gutter and mentally and spiritually, and now being here. The good brother Rod Hayes, like I said, I'm very. I can't wait to have you. Hopefully, have back in the future. It was a pleasure speaking to you. I do appreciate you coming on, man. And you know, I gotta say, again, peace to the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the tribe. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
end it out on that.
All tribes unite.
That's it. All tribes unite. All right, peace. Y'all be good. Thank y'all much.